Don't leave me, Nala.
The kiss consumes everything. Minho's mouth on Nala's is desperate, claiming, terrified. His hand is fisted in her braids, tilting her head back, deepening the kiss with bruising pressure. Her hands are frozen on his bare chest, caught between pushing him away and pulling him closer. The doorbell rings. Once, twice, 3 times. Ji-hoon is waiting outside. So deep in my head that I fucked up. I fucked up everything. I can't think, can't breathe, can't function. Every thought is you. Every moment is you. I close my eyes and see you. I open them and I'm looking for you. You're everywhere. And I don't know how to handle it.
Jung-soo! Get your hands off him!
Minho and Nala break apart, both turning toward the sound. Yunji. She's rushing out of the bedroom, and the sight of her makes Nala's stomach turn. Yunji is wearing only Minho's white dress shirt, the one he wore to the office before destroying the penthouse. The shirt is huge on her small frame, hanging off one shoulder, barely covering her thighs. Her long, glossy black hair is wild, tangled from sex. Her porcelain face is flushed, lips swollen, mascara smudged around her eyes. She looks exactly like what she is, a woman who just crawled out of a man's bed, Minho's bed. You black bitch! Yunji's voice is shrill with rage as she rushes toward them. Get away from him! He's mine! Get out of this house! Nala feels the words hit her like physical blows. The racial slur lands like it always does. A reminder that she'll never belong here. Never be accepted. Never be anything but an outsider in this pristine Korean world. She steps back from Minho instinctively, creating distance, building walls. Yunji is almost to them now, her bare feet slapping against the white marble floor, one hand clutching Minho's shirt closed, the other reaching out like she's going to physically tear Nala away from him. But she never makes it. Shut up! Minho's roar stops Yunji dead in her tracks. She freezes 3 feet away, staring at him with wide, disbelieving eyes. What? I said shut up. Minho's voice echoes through the destroyed penthouse. His bare chest is heaving, his hands clenched into fists at his sides, his distinctive blue hair wild and messy. Don't you dare talk to her like that. Don't you dare speak to my wife that way. Yunji's perfect face crumples with confusion and hurt. But Minho, you and I just made love. We fucked, Minho corrects, his voice brutal and cold. Each word is a slash. We didn't make love, we fucked. I fucked you because I was out of my mind thinking she'd betrayed me. Because I was broken and weak and looking for any way to erase her from my head. And it was the worst mistake of my life. Nala watches this exchange with a strange detachment. Part of her wants to feel vindicated, wants to enjoy seeing Yunji's face shatter. But mostly, she just feels tired. Tired and hollow and done with all of it. Yunji's shock is transforming into desperate panic. You don't mean that, she says, her voice breaking. Minho, please, after what we just shared, after you held me and kissed me and I was holding her in my head, Minho explodes. He runs both hands through his blue hair, pulling hard enough that it must hurt. Every second I was with you, I was thinking of her. I closed my eyes and saw her face. I said your name, but I meant hers. You were a placeholder, a mistake, a moment of weakness I will regret for the rest of my life. The doorbell rings again. The sound cuts through the tension, a reminder that Ji-hoon is still waiting, still outside, still offering Nala a way out of this nightmare. Minho seems to remember suddenly that time is passing, that Nala is still standing there, watching this, that she's about to walk out that door. Pack your things, he says to Yunjo, his voice going cold and flat, emotionless. Pack them now and get out of my penthouse. This instant. What? Yunji can't process what she's hearing. Her eyes are wide with shock, filling with tears. After what we just shared? After you were inside me? After we... Don't, Minho cuts her off sharply. Don't talk about it. Don't remind me. Just pack your designer bags and your expensive clothes and get out before I have security throw you out onto the street wearing nothing but my shirt. The cruelty in his voice is absolute, final. There's no room for negotiation. Yunji's shock is hardening into rage. Her tears stop, her eyes narrow. She whirls on Nala with pure venom in her expression. "This is your fault," she spits. "You put black magic on him. You used African witchcraft to confuse him. That's the only explanation. That's why he can't think straight. That's why he's acting like this. You black—" I said shut up. Minho's voice cracks like a whip through the room. In 2 strides, he's between them, physically putting his body between Yunji and Nala. His bare back is to Nala now, all muscle and tension. His face is inches from Yunji's, and the look in his eyes makes her stumble backward in fear. "One more word," he says quietly, dangerously. The kind of quiet that's more terrifying than shouting. "One more racist word out of your mouth about her skin, her heritage, her culture, one more word, and I will destroy your family's business. I will ruin your father's company. I will call in every favor, pull every string, use every connection I have to make sure you never work in Seoul again. You'll be blacklisted from every social circle, every opportunity, every prospect. Is that clear?" Yunji has gone pale. Her lips are trembling. Tears are streaming down her face, ruining what's left of her makeup. "I love you," she sobs, her voice breaking into pieces. "I've always loved you. Since we were teenagers. Since before you had all this money and power. I loved you when you were nobody. I loved you through everything. And I still love you now." "You don't love me," Minho says. And there's almost pity in his voice now. Almost. "You love what I represent. The money, the power, the status, the penthouse and the cars and the lifestyle. But you don't love me. You don't even know me. You never bothered to actually see me." "That's not true. And I sure as hell don't love you," Minho continues as if she hasn't spoken. "I never did. You were convenient, familiar, safe. But I never loved you. So stop pretending this is some great love story. It's not. It never was. Now, get out." Wait, did he just choose her over his ex? After sleeping with Yunji? While Ji-hoon is literally waiting at the door? This is about to get messy. If you're obsessed with steamy, intense Kdrama romance like this, smash that subscribe button right now. Turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment. New here? Check the description for the link to binge the complete series from part 1. Trust me, it's so much better with full context. Don't forget to tell me what time you saw this video. Now back to this disaster, because Yunji is not going quietly. The doorbell rings again. 3 sharp rings, impatient now. Nala looks at the door, then at Minho's bare back still positioned protectively between her and Yunji. Then at Yunji sobbing in Minho's shirt. Something cold and hard settles over her like a sheet of ice. "At least our wedding isn't real," she says. Her voice is completely emotionless, flat, dead. The voice of someone who's given up feeling because feeling hurts too much. Both Minho and Yunji turn to look at her. "So you shouldn't be bothered by any of this," Nala continues, looking directly at Minho. Her large brown eyes are red and swollen from crying, but they're dry now, empty. "It's just a contract, right? Just a transaction. So what does it matter who you fuck or who I have dinner with? None of it's real anyway." "Nala," Minho starts, taking a step toward her. "Don't touch me." The words are ice. She doesn't move, doesn't step back, just stands there, radiating a coldness that stops him in his tracks. Minho's hand drops to his side. "You can't go with him." "I can't?" Nala's eyebrows rise. "And why is that?" "You can't be seen with Ji-hoon," Minho says, and there's desperation creeping into his voice, despite his attempt to sound commanding. "You can't go to dinner with him. You're married to me. Do you know what the media will say? What the business world will say if they see my wife having dinner with my business partner? The rumors? The scandal?" Nala stares at him for a long moment. Then she laughs. It's not a happy sound. It's bitter and sharp and cold as winter. "Oh, now you're worried about what people will say?" Her voice drips, with sarcasm so thick it's almost tangible. "Now you care about appearances? About scandal? About what the media will think? That's not what You're worried about me being seen with another man? Nala continues, her voice rising with each word. You're worried about me causing a scandal? What about you having 2 women in your house right now? What about the fact that your ex has been living with us? What about the fact that she's standing here right now wearing your shirt after fucking you in your bed? Minho flinches like she slapped him. I displayed you publicly as my wife, he says, his voice strained. At that business dinner, everyone knows you're married to me. So yes, it would be a scandal if I have dinner with another man while you have your ex-girlfriend living in our home. Nala's laugh is razor sharp. If I'm seen in public with someone who treats me like a human being while you treat me like property, you want to talk about scandal? About appearances? She takes a step forward, then another, walking toward him with slow, deliberate steps. Her 5'6" frame seems to grow with each step. Her spine straight, her head high, her dark skin almost glowing with righteous fury. Minho, for all his height and bare-chested intimidation, actually steps back. What about the scandal? Nala continues, her voice shaking now with barely controlled rage. Of your wife being humiliated by your ex? What about the scandal of you sleeping with another woman under the same roof where I sleep? What about the scandal of me walking in on you naked in bed with her? What about that scandal, Minho? That's different, he tries. Different how? Nala explodes. Because you're a man, and I'm just property you bought? Because you're the powerful CEO, and I'm just a desperate African girl? Because you can do whatever you want, and I'm supposed to sit here quietly and accept it? What a double standard. What a fucking joke. Her voice cracks on the last word. For a moment, the fury breaks and the hurt shows through. Raw, bleeding, devastating. Nala, please? Minho reaches for her again. She steps back sharply. Don't touch me. The doorbell rings, 4 times now, rapid. Ji-hoon is getting worried. I am tired of not ever thinking about myself, Nala says, her voice going cold again. Controlled. Our contract. Remember? The one you wrote. The one you drafted with your expensive lawyers. The one you made me sign in exchange for paying my father's debts. She pulls her phone from her pocket with shaking hands. Opens it. Scrolls. Holds it up so he can see the PDF of their contract. Clause 7. She reads aloud. The parties agree that this marriage is in name only. There shall be no physical touch beyond what is necessary for public appearances. No intimacy of any kind. No romantic involvement. Both parties maintain the right to see other people discreetly, provided it does not create public scandal or embarrass the other. Party. She lowers the phone. Looks at him with those devastated eyes. So whatever the hell that kiss was. She gestures at the spot where they'd been standing moments ago. It violated your own contract. You wrote the rules, Minho. You set the boundaries. No physical touch, no intimacy, no romantic involvement. Those were your rules, not mine. I didn't mean... Minho's voice is hoarse. Don't ever touch me like that again. Nala says clearly, firmly, don't kiss me. Don't grab me. Don't put your hands on me unless we're in public and it's necessary for the act. That's the contract. Those are your rules. So follow them. Silence falls, heavy and suffocating. Yunji is watching this exchange with wide eyes, forgotten for the moment. Yunji is leaving, Minho says desperately. It sounds like a plea. Right now, she's leaving. She'll be gone in 30 minutes, and you'll never have to see her again, and... It has nothing to do with me, Nala cuts him off. Her voice is flat again. Empty. This marriage is fake, remember? A transaction. You did me a favor. A contract. In 2 years, I'll be free of you. And until then, I'll play the dutiful wife in public and live my own life in private, just like the contract says. She walks to the door. Each step is measured, controlled, like she's holding herself together through sheer force of will. Her dark hand reaches for the chrome door handle. She stops, doesn't turn around. Thank you, she says quietly. The words hang in the air. Minho holds his breath. For what? He asks, his voice barely a whisper. For not hurting my father. Nala's voice is soft but clear. For keeping your word about the debt. So, thank you. Then she opens the door and walks out without looking back. The door closes behind her with a soft click. The sound echoes like a gunshot through the destroyed penthouse. For a long moment, Minho just stands there staring at the closed door. His bare chest is heaving. His hands are shaking. His mind is replaying every word Nala just said, every accusation, every justified anger. Behind him, Yunji's sobs break through his haze. Minho, please, she's crying, mascara streaming down her face in black rivers. You can't treat me like trash. Not after what we just shared. You can't just throw me away. Not after you were inside me. Not after... Don't, Minho says without turning around. His voice is dead, empty. Don't talk about it. But we just made love. You held me. You kissed me. You said my name and I was thinking of her, Minho roars, finally turning to face Yunji. His face is twisted with anguish and fury and self-loathing. Every second, every moment, when I closed my eyes, I saw her face. When I kissed you, I was wishing it was her lips. When I was inside you, I was imagining it was her. I used you to try to forget her, and it didn't fucking work. Yunji stumbles backward, like he's physically struck her. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, Minho continues, his voice shaking. Don't tell me how to treat you. You manipulated me when I was vulnerable. You lied about seeing Ji-hoon's car this morning. You fed my jealousy because you saw an opportunity and you took it. You wanted to get me into bed and you used my pain against me to do it. That's not true. I was trying to help you see, and I was weak and broken enough to let you. Minho talks over her. I was so far gone in my jealous rage that I let you manipulate me into bed. And that's on me. That's my failure, my weakness, my mistake. But it's over. So pack your things and leave. Yunji's tears are coming faster now. My leg, she says desperately, reaching for any excuse. My leg still hurts. From when Nala pushed me down the stairs, remember? I can barely walk. I need time to heal. Minho actually laughs. It's a cold, cruel sound. Your leg, he repeats. The way you rode me in bed? His voice is dripping with disgust. You seemed perfectly fine then. Your leg was working just fine when you were on top of me. When you were grinding against me. When you were... Stop, Yunji whispers. So don't give me that bullshit about your leg hurting. Minho continues relentlessly. I'm sure Nala didn't even touch you in the first place. You lied about that too, didn't you? Just like you lied about seeing Ji-hoon's car. Just like you've probably lied about 100 other things. Yunji's face has gone pale. Caught. Exposed. Minho pulls his phone from his pocket. Dials. Doesn't break eye contact with Yunji while it rings. Yes, I need a cab, he says, when someone answers. His voice is businesslike, cold. Luxury penthouse building, Gangnam District? Picking up one passenger. Yes, immediately. Thank you. He hangs up. 30 minutes, he says to Yunji. You have 30 minutes to pack everything that belongs to you and get out. If you're still here in 31 minutes, I'm calling building security to physically remove you. And trust me, they won't be gentle. Minho, Yunji reaches for him. He steps back, out of reach. What happened between us was a mistake. The biggest mistake of my life. Bigger than the fight with Nayla. Bigger than destroying this penthouse. Bigger than any business deal gone wrong. It should have never happened. You don't mean that, Yunji sobs. You're just upset. You're confused. That black girl has you confused with her. Don't, Minho cuts her off sharply. Don't start with that racist shit again. I warned you what would happen. Yunji presses her lips together. Tears are still streaming, but she's silent now. Minho runs both hands through his blue hair. He suddenly looks exhausted. Older than his 27 years. Worn down and hollowed out. I'm losing control of myself, he says quietly. And I need to set myself straight. He looks at Yunji directly. And the first thing I need to do is get you out of my life. Permanently. You'll regret this, Yunji says, her voice hardening. When she runs off with Ji-hoon, when you realize what you threw away, You'll come crawling back and I won't be there. Good, Minho says simply. I hope you're not. I hope you find someone who actually loves you. Someone who sees you and values you and doesn't use you as a placeholder for someone else. You deserve that, Yunji. You deserve real love. Just not from me. It was never me. Something in Yunji breaks at the gentleness in his voice. The finality. She turns and runs back to the bedroom. Minho can hear her crying, hear drawers slamming, hear the rustle of clothes being thrown into bags. He stands alone in his destroyed living room. Broken crystal glitters on white marble. Overturned furniture. Crushed flowers. Dark stains from spilled alcohol. The physical manifestation of his internal destruction. And somewhere in Seoul, Nala is in a car with Ji-hoon, driving away from him. Maybe forever. Minho walks to the floor-to-ceiling windows, looks out at Seoul's glittering skyline. All those lights, all those lives, and his is imploding. Behind him, Yunji emerges from the bedroom. She's dressed now in the clothes she arrived in this morning. Designer dress, heels, perfect makeup now ruined. She's carrying 3 shopping bags stuffed with clothes. The cab's here, she says quietly. Minho turns, looks at her. This woman he's known for years. This woman he just used and discarded. I'm sorry, he says. Yunji blinks in surprise. What? I'm sorry, Minho repeats. For using you, for being cruel, for making you think there was something here when there wasn't. You deserve better than how I treated you. Yunji's eyes fill with fresh tears. I really do love you, you know. But it doesn't change anything. We're not right for each other. We never were. And you need to let me go, Minho said. Will you let her go? Yunji asks. Your contract wife, the one who's probably falling in love with Ji-hoon right now over expensive wine. Minho's jaw clenches. No, I won't let her go. I can't. Then you're a hypocrite, Yunji says, but there's no heat in it, just sadness. Goodbye, Minho. Goodbye, Yunji. Then she's gone. The door closes. Minho is alone, completely alone. Outside, Ji-hoon is waiting by his black Mercedes, concern etched on his distinguished features. When the elevator opens and Nala steps out, eyes red and swollen, shoulders hunched, looking smaller and more fragile than she did an hour ago, his expression softens with sympathy. He opens the passenger door immediately. Are you all right? No, Nala says honestly. Her voice is hoarse from crying and screaming. But I will be. Can we just go? Anywhere but here? Of course. Ji-hoon closes her door gently and walks around to the driver's side. As he starts the car, he glances at her. Where would you like to go? I know a beautiful upscale restaurant in Itaewon. Very elegant, very private. Or there's a quiet lounge with live jazz. Or we could go to somewhere simple. Nala interrupts softly. Please. I don't need expensive right now. I don't need elegant or private or impressive. I just need normal. Somewhere I can breathe. Somewhere that feels real. Ji-hoon studies her face for a moment. Then he nods, understanding. I know just the place. He drives them away from the wealthy Gangnam district, away from the towering glass skyscrapers and luxury high-rises, away from the world of penthouses and private clubs and business deals worth millions. He takes her to Hongdae, the university district, where students and artists and regular people live and work and eat. He parks on a side street and leads her to a small, family-run Korean restaurant, the kind of place that's been there for 30 years, where the same family cooks and serves, where the tables are slightly worn and the chairs don't match and the lighting is fluorescent and harsh. But the smell coming from the kitchen is incredible. Garlic and ginger and sesame oil, sizzling meat and fermenting kimchi and bubbling stew. Real food, made with love, not Instagram-worthy presentation. Is this okay? Ji-hoon asks, suddenly uncertain. We can go somewhere else if... It's perfect, Nala says, and she means it. They sit at a small table in the corner. An older Korean woman, the owner, comes over with a warm smile and rapid Korean. Ji-hoon orders for them both, his Korean fluid and comfortable in a way Nala envies. When the woman leaves, Ji-hoon folds his hands on the table and looks at Nala carefully. "Do you want to talk about it?" he asks gently. "No," Nala says. "Then, maybe, I don't know. Is it okay if I just sit here for a minute without talking?" "Of course," Ji-hoon says immediately. "Take all the time you need." They sit in comfortable silence. The restaurant bustles around them. Korean conversations she doesn't understand. The clatter of chopsticks and bowls. The sizzle from the kitchen. Normal life happening while hers falls apart. The food comes. Bibimbap in hot stone bowls. Banchan, small side dishes of kimchi and pickled vegetables. Grilled mackerel, doenjang jjigae, soybean paste stew, bubbling and fragrant. Nala picks up her spoon, takes a bite of the bibimbap. The flavors explode on her tongue. Spicy, savory, slightly sweet. Real? Grounding? She eats? Ji-hoon eats. Neither of them speaks. After she's eaten enough to feel almost human again, Nala sets down her chopsticks and looks at Ji-hoon. "Thank you," she says quietly, "for this. For knowing I needed simple instead of fancy. For not pushing me to talk. For just being kind. You don't have to thank me for basic decency," Ji-hoon says with a soft smile. "Apparently I do," Nala says bitterly, "since basic decency seems to be in short supply in my life right now." Ji-hoon's expression turns serious. "Nala, I need to say something. And I know you said you didn't want to talk about Minho, but I need to say this once, and then I'll never bring it up again unless you do. Is that all right?" Nala nods slowly. "You're very beautiful," Ji-hoon says, his voice gentle but firm. "Even when you're sad. Especially when you're sad. There's something real about you. Something honest and brave and genuine. Most people in our world, the wealthy, the powerful, they wear masks constantly. But you don't. You feel things deeply and you let it show. That's rare, precious." Nala feels tears burning again. "And Minho doesn't deserve you," Ji-hoon continues. "I'm sorry to be blunt, but he doesn't. The way he treats you, the way he speaks to you, the way he controls and threatens and hurts you. A man who truly loved you wouldn't do those things. A man who truly valued you would treat you like the gift you are." "I didn't accept your dinner invitation to come talk about Minho," Nala says, her voice sharper than she intends. "You're right," Ji-hoon says immediately, raising his hands in apology. "I'm sorry, that was out of line. Your relationship is your business. I shouldn't have said anything." They return to eating. The tension eases. After a few minutes, Ji-hoon clears his throat. "Actually, there was another reason I wanted to have dinner with you. Beyond just getting you away from that situation. I have a proposition, a business proposition." Nala looks up, surprised. "A business proposition?" "Yes." Ji-hoon sets down his chopsticks and leans forward slightly. His expression is serious now. Professional. "I'm leaving the partnership with Minho, starting my own cartel with a cryptocurrency venture as a cover-up. Smaller, cleaner, more ethical than what we've been doing. And I've done my research on you, Nala. I know your background." Nala shifts uncomfortably. "My background?" "You have a master's degree in computer science with a focus on blockchain technology," Ji-hoon says. "You wrote your thesis on cryptocurrency security protocols. You worked for 2 years at a fintech startup in California before you came to Korea. You're brilliant, educated, skilled in exactly the field I'm building a company in." Nala stares at him. She'd been so careful not to talk about her education. She had always felt less of herself. "How do you know all that?" she asked quietly. "I looked into you after the business dinner, after you chipped in your 2 cents, Ji-hoon admits. "Not to invade your privacy, but because I was curious about the woman Minho married so suddenly. And what I found impressed me. You're wasted, Nala. Wasted standing in Minho's shadow as decoration, as a trophy wife." "What are you saying?" Nala asks, though she's starting to understand. "I want you to come work with me," Ji-hoon says simply. "Not as an employee, as a partner. Full equity stake. Your own position with real power. your own projects, your own team. I'm building something ethical and clean, but my underground work remains. And I want someone smart and moral and brave to help me build it. I want you. Nala's breath catches. That's impossible. Why? Because you're Minho's business partner, Nala says, her voice rising slightly. You'd be his competitor if you left. And I'm his wife. I can't work for his competitor. The conflict of interest alone? You're his wife in name only, Ji-hoon says gently. From what I've seen, he treats you like property. Like something he owns but doesn't value. He shuts you up at business dinners, looks down on you, makes decisions about your life without consulting you, makes you stand there silent and pretty while he does all the talking. Each word lands like a small truth bomb. Because Ji-hoon isn't wrong. That's exactly what happened at the business dinner. Minho paraded her around, showed her off, then silenced her when she tried to participate in the conversation. It's time you stopped hiding in his shadow, Ji-hoon continues. Time you built something for yourself. Your own career, your own identity, your own power. You have skills, Nala, valuable skills, and you should be using them, not wasting away as some CEO's accessory. Nala feels something crack open in her chest. Hope, possibility, the idea of being more than just Minho's contract wife, more than just the girl who sold herself to save her father. She starts, but doesn't know how to finish. She can't tell him the truth, can't explain that the marriage is a contract, that she married Minho to pay off her father's medical debts and she can't leave, that this whole thing is a 2-year transaction that ends with her freedom. Ji-hoon doesn't know any of that. He thinks this is a real marriage, a toxic, controlling marriage, but a real one. Think about it, Ji-hoon says when she doesn't respond. You don't have to decide now. But Nala, you're brilliant. You're capable. You deserve more than being some rich man's accessory. You deserve to build your own empire. And I can help you do that. I can give you the platform and resources and freedom to be everything you're capable of being. Nala's mind is spinning. But working for Ji-hoon against Minho, that's crossing a line. That's choosing sides in whatever business war is brewing between them. I'll think about it, she says finally. I promise I'll think about it. But I can't. I need time to process everything. Of course, Ji-hoon says with an understanding smile. Take all the time you need. The offer stands whenever you're ready. Can I ask you something? She says quietly. Anything. Why are you doing this? Really? Is it just about my skills? Or is there something else? Ji-hoon considers this carefully. He's quiet for a long moment, his distinguished features thoughtful. Honest answer? He finally says. I'm attracted to you. I know I'm twice your age, but I'm really attracted to you. And I know I shouldn't. Nala sits with this honesty. At least he's not lying to her. Not pretending his motives were pure from the start. Thank you for being honest, she says, but avoids eye contact. They finish eating and they walk out into the cool Seoul night. What time is it? Nala asks, checking her phone. It's dead. She forgot to charge it. Almost midnight, Ji-hoon says. They've been out for over 5 hours. 5 hours of talking and eating and breathing. 5 hours away from that destroyed penthouse and the man who destroyed it. 5 hours of feeling almost normal. I should probably get back, Nala says reluctantly. Are you sure? Ji-hoon asks with concern. I can get you a hotel room, somewhere safe where you can just sleep without having to deal with him tonight. It's tempting. So tempting. But no, Nala says. I need to go back. They get in his car. He drives her back to Gangnam, back to the luxury high-rise, back to the penthouse where everything fell apart. The drive is quiet, comfortable. Nala finds her eyes closing despite herself. She's exhausted, emotionally and physically drained. When they pull up to the building, it's past midnight. The streets are quiet. Most of Seoul is sleeping. Thank you, Nala says, unbuckling her seatbelt. Anytime, Ji-hoon says sincerely. I mean that, Nala. If you need me, day or night, you call. I'll be there, whether you take the job or not. Whether you stay with Minho or not, I'll be there. Nala nods, not trusting her voice. She opens a door, steps out. Nala? Ji-hoon calls. She turns back. You're worth more than he makes you feel, Ji-hoon says. Remember that. You're worth so much more. Then she closes the door and walks toward the building entrance. Inside the penthouse, Minho has been waiting. Yunji left 3 hours ago. He watched her cab pull away from the building, watched her disappear from his life forever, and felt nothing. Just emptiness. Then he cleaned. Not all of it. The broken furniture is still overturned. The crystal vase is still shattered beyond repair. The expensive things he destroyed are still destroyed. He dressed in simple clothes. Black pants, white t-shirt, nothing fancy. Just clothes. Then he waited. First on the balcony, staring out at Seoul's glittering lights, checking his phone every few minutes. No messages, no calls. Where is she? He tried calling her. It rang 5 times and went to voicemail. He hung up without leaving a message. He tried again 30 minutes later. Same result. Voicemail. He hung up again. 2 hours passed, then 3. Minho moved from the balcony to the living room, pacing. His bare feet silent on the clean marble. Back and forth, back and forth. Where is she? What is Ji-hoon saying to her? The jealousy is a physical thing in Minho's chest, a beast with claws. He can feel it tearing at his insides. Ji-hoon, being 50 years old and experienced and knowing how to treat a woman properly. Get your head straight, Minho mutters to himself. He grips his blue hair and pulls. The pain helps, grounds him. She's allowed to have dinner. You fucked Yunji. You have no right to be jealous. Get your head straight. But the jealousy doesn't listen to logic. Never has. 4 hours, 5. It's past midnight now. Where the fuck is she? Minho tries calling again. It goes straight to voicemail this time. Phone's dead. Battery died. That shouldn't make him feel better, but it does. At least she's not ignoring his calls. Her phone just died, unless she turned it off. Unless she doesn't want to talk to him. Unless she's not coming back. But what if she doesn't? Minho forces himself to breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth, slowly, counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. The panic recedes slightly, enough to function. 6 hours. Minho abandons the living room, opens the front door of the penthouse, stands in the hallway outside. Like being closer to the elevator will make her come home faster. He leans against the wall, slides down to sit on the floor, his long legs stretched out, his blue hair falling over his face. He looks nothing like the powerful CEO who terrifies his employees. He looks like a lost boy waiting for someone who might never come. He stays there, guarding the door, waiting. 7 hours since she left. Minho's eyes are closing despite himself. He's exhausted, hasn't slept in over 30 hours. The adrenaline is finally crashing. His body is demanding rest. The elevator dings. Minho's eyes snap open. He's on his feet in an instant. The elevator doors open. And there they are. Ji-hoon and Nala, stepping out together. They're not touching, but they're close, standing near each other with the comfort of people who've spent hours in conversation. Ji-hoon is saying something quietly. Nala is almost smiling, something soft and real in her expression that Minho hasn't seen in days. She looks happy, peaceful, more relaxed than she's looked since the business dinner that started all this. Ji-hoon made her happy. In one dinner, Ji-hoon gave her something Minho hasn't been able to give her in weeks. The jealousy explodes in Minho's chest like a bomb. He's moving before he thinks, striding down the hallway toward them, every muscle in his body coiled with violence barely contained. His hands are clenched into fists. His jaw is so tight it aches. "Thank you for tonight," Nala is saying to Ji-hoon, her voice soft, grateful. "I really needed..." "That's the last time." Minho's voice cuts through the moment like a knife through silk. They both turn. Nala's almost smile dies instantly. Her face goes carefully blank. Ji-hoon's expression hardens. Minho stops in front of them. He's looking only at Ji-hoon, not at Nala. Can't look at her right now. If he looks at her, if he sees that happy expression she was wearing for Ji-hoon, he'll lose whatever control he has left. That is the last time you ask my wife out for dinner, Minho says. His voice is deadly quiet. The kind of quiet that precedes violence. The last time you take her anywhere. The last time you touch her. Do you understand me? Minho, Nala starts, her voice tired. I'm not talking to you, Minho says without looking at her, still staring at Ji-hoon. Ji-hoon's expression hardens further. His distinguished features set into cold lines. I don't take orders from you, Minho, especially not about Nala. She's a person, not your property. She's my wife. In name only, Ji-hoon shoots back. His voice is sharp, cutting. And from what I've seen tonight, from what I've seen every time I'm around you two, you treat her like garbage. Like something you own but don't value. So no, I won't stop spending time with her. Not if she wants to see me. Which she does. The words land like punches. Minho takes a step closer. They're inches apart now. Both men are the same height, around 6 feet. Both are wearing expensive casual clothes. Both are handsome in different ways. Minho young and sharp and intense. Ji-hoon mature and distinguished and polished. But both are radiating the same thing. Barely contained violence. Respect your age. Stay away from my wife, Minho repeats. His voice drops even lower. Even more dangerous. Or what? Ji-hoon asks. It's a challenge. A dare. He takes a deliberate step forward. Now they're chest to chest. Face to face. Breathing the same air. Nala makes a small sound of fear. She's frozen between them, terrified they're about to actually come to blows. Stop, she says weakly. Both of you, stop. Neither man looks at her. They're locked in a primal staring contest, measuring each other, testing each other's limits. Don't forget, Minho says softly, dangerously. We both kill for a living. Two dangerous men, both wanting the same woman, both willing to kill for her. Both reminding each other that they're not heroes. They're killers in expensive suits. The question is, can she live with a monster? Or will she run straight into the arms of a different monster who just hides it better? We both kill for a living. Did you just hear that? Minho just revealed he's not just a CEO, he's a killer. And so is Ji-hoon. Two dangerous men, both willing to kill, both wanting the same woman. Will she take Ji-hoon's job offer and work against Minho? Are these two men about to go to war over her? And who's more dangerous? The monster who admits it or the monster who hides it? Plus tell me where you're watching from, what time it is there. Part 7 is coming, and no one is safe. Not Minho, not Ji-hoon, not Nala. Because in this world, love is dangerous, but betrayal is deadly. See you in Part 7. Seoul Stars. If you survive this cliffhanger, subscribe, comment, and prepare for war. Are you ready for Part 7?